ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to some, good afternoon. Hope all is truly well with everybody. Again, happy Wednesday to everybody. Again, happy Wednesday. Good morning to some, good afternoon. Now, this Anton Daniels and Corey Holcomb debacle that happened last night got the whole internet on fire, right? And I'm going to just say this. That's why I never proclaimed to be a debater. All right. Hey, good morning, Teddy Grams. I've never proclaimed on being a debater. I am not here to debate anyone about certain topics or all that. I'm here to give my opinion and get the hell on. Right? That's my mentality. I don't do all that jaw janking, and then it turns up. Then if someone says something that you don't like, then it's gonna go left completely, right? We don't know each other. Corey Holcomb and Anton Daniels do not know each other personally. Okay? I think they just did it for content and for people to really be talking about it. That's what I truly think. But I haven't watched the whole entire video, but I will be going over it later on after I get off the plantation. I will be going over that video, right? And again, I don't put myself in situations where I'm trying to debate anybody about what's going on in the world. You have your opinion. You stand on what you stand on. And I stand on what I stand on. You know, I just like, really, to be honest, to me, it's a farce. Because not either Anton Daniels or Corey Holcomb saw eye to eye about nothing that they was talking about, in my opinion. But until I watch it all the way, then I can gauge it a certain way. But man, it's all for content. It's something to talk about, and I get it. It is burning up the goddamn internet. And also, breaking news: Kai Cenat has called it quits on vlogging. He don't want to do vlogging no more. He want to do some other shit. You know what? You would think that he wouldn't have got so emotional though, Teddy Grams, even though you can't tell another man that he sucks D, pause, but you can't tell another man that it don't expect it to go up. But Corey should have known better anyway, that anything could come out of somebody's mouth, especially when you don't know them. But again, I need to see the whole video first, and I will, like I said, I will be going over it later on. So my thing is, Corey should know better, because again, anything could be said up out of a person's mouth, especially when you don't know him. So why did it get him so mad? I get the notion of a heterosexual man don't want to be told that, but if you really truly know that you don't do that, then I mean, to me, I'm not gonna sit up here and get that mad. Now I might just discontinue the conversation with an individual, because if you say some outlandish shit like that, ain't no sense of me even keep talking to you. I'm not gonna get mad. I'm just gonna stop talking to you and move on. Look, I know better. I'd have had a lot of shit said to me as far as with gay slurs and gay jokes and all this and that. Man, please, I'm not. People always gonna say what they think is gonna trigger you, right? Now, I don't know if Anton did that on purpose to trigger Corey. I don't know. Hey, Insatiable, good morning. Good morning. God bless, brother. God bless. Hope all is well. So I on purpose did not look at the video yet because I wanted to give my raw reaction. Now, I've been seeing the little clips here and there up, and people are mainly talking about them, about the go at it with one another. I want to know the full context of the whole dialogue that Corey and Anton had. Because in order for me to understand why I got to that point, I got to listen to it from the front end of it. Wait, man, Insatiable say a dude called me a punk. I ended up sleeping with his wife. God damn. God damn, Insatiable, boy. Hey, that's some cold-blooded shit right there, Insatiable. Man, that's some cold-blooded shit right there, man. A dude called you a punk and you end up sleeping with his wife. Boy, if that ain't no cold-blooded shit right there, boy, I don't know what is. That's cold-blooded, man. Man, that is cold-blooded right there, Insatiable. Golly. But see, you know what? Corey is a bully, though, Teddy Grams. Corey is a bully. He's a so-called bully, right? And I don't, you know, Corey is funny at times on what the shit that he be saying, but like, I don't like bullies. I don't like nobody to think that they got the ups on me just because I'm on their show and you gonna talk to me any type of way. No, let's just be honest, Teddy Grams. Corey Holcomb is a fucking bully. He thought he was gonna bully it from what I. Look, no, you're not gonna bully me. You're not gonna do none of that shit. Hey, as a matter of fact, I don't even know why Corey let Anton see him sweat that way. You feel what I'm saying? Again, just off the little bits and pieces, because I don't know the full context of why that even kicked off the way it did, right? But damn that, he a motherfucking bully, Jack. But no, you ain't gonna bully me. And see, Anton, I gotta give it to him. He stood his ground. He didn't let Corey punk him and act like he was gonna little boy him or no shit like that. No, I gotta give Anton credit. He stood on his square. But shit, you ain't gonna bully me and think that I'm supposed to back down just because I'm on your platform. My man, you've been already aggressive from the jump. You feel what I'm saying? There ain't no man, if you're a real man, you ain't gonna let no other man just be too aggressive with you without you saying something now. Now, I'm not gonna tell another man you suck D, pause. I'm not gonna do that. Now, that's going below the belt just to get a reaction. And that's what I think. I don't know Anton Daniels to know his intent behind that statement, but I believe that he wanted Corey Holcomb to get outside his body. And Corey almost took the bait. He almost took the bait. He almost. Your voice too powerful for them two bullies to bully you, brother. Oh yeah, no, Insatiable, I ain't going at gunpoint. Hey KTC, no, Insatiable, I ain't going at gunpoint. No. You gonna talk with me with respect, or guess what? The minute that it gets disrespectful, then I'm gonna cut the whole conversation on off, so it don't get to a point where it's no return. You feel what I'm saying? The minute that it goes left like that, and I feel like I feel like it ain't gonna get nowhere with the conversation, I'm gonna cut the conversation and I'm gonna go ahead on about my business. Because that's basically what, look, if y'all understand the game on YouTube as far as being a content creator, you're gonna have people that's gonna come at you and say the most outlandish shit to see if they can get you to react in a way like a nigga. again, this is just my opinion, but I believe Anton Daniels wanted Corey to really act like a nigga. That's why he said what he said to him. So then he could play victim on the back end. Let's just be honest. That's just my assessment of what I saw in that little skit that I looked at. Again, I still want to know the full context of the whole conversation that led up to Corey getting up and for Anton to say what he said. I need to know all of that firsthand before I go and jump all the way out the window. I'm not going to jump all the way out the window. But from that little part right there, Corey, I ain't going to lie to you, that wasn't a good look. That wasn't a good look. I'm telling you, Teddy Grams, I think he did that just to trigger him so he can sit up here and play victim on the back end. See? Look at what Corey Holcomb did to me. All I did was say some words to him, and he laid his hands on me on this show. I think, and this is just my opinion, I'm not saying that it's true. This is just the way I'm looking at it for right now. But I think Anton almost got him to take the bait. What up with it, Hood? He almost got him to take the bait now, ladies and gentlemen. Corey, it took a lot up out. I could tell, again, just off that little clip that I saw, it took a lot up out of Corey not to really blow his shit for real. He wanted to. You could tell that motherfucker got up. He went and sat right there by Anton. I say, shit, is he gonna swing on him? See? Hey, Angie. Hey, Angie, happy Wednesday. You see what I'm saying, Teddy Grams? You making a point. It can, though. It can, though. It really can. It really can, though, KTC. But again, I believe that he did that just to trigger him. I just think it, but again, I'm not going to jump all the way out the window, though. Again, I got to see the context of what they was talking about first that led up to it getting heated. So I'm going to actually be fair about it and listen to it first. I'm going to go over it because I know everybody is talking about this right now. I'm going to go over it by 5 o'clock. Hey, by 5 o'clock this evening, ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Blaze will be live and he's going to give his own take. Yeah, Corey Holcomb, and man, if you don't go sit your old ass down, man, you ain't about to fight no goddamn body. You online, and I mean, yeah, okay, fine. I get the outrage that you had when he said that to you, but come on, Corey, you ain't about to fight. Man, go sit your old ass down some goddamn well, man. You all talk. Man, look here. Corey talk a good game, but I think at the end of it, bro, maybe 20 years ago, he would have completely had spazzed the fuck out, right? Man, Corey Holcomb is in his 50s, man. That man ain't doing shit. That man don't want to lose his platform on the white folks platform. Why you trying to talk on Anton being a coon? You do know, Corey Holcomb, you on the white man's platform, right? You do know that in order for you to keep your monetization, you got to buck dance for the white man on his platform, right? I'm just saying. So when you call Anton Daniels a coon and all this and that, well, bro, shit, technically we all is cooning then, because if you got a monetized channel on YouTube, you're buck dancing to keep the monetization. That means that you gotta abide by the rules and regulations of what YouTube policies is. You ain't never got it like that where you could just do whatever the fuck you want to do and it's no consequence to your channel now. YouTube has allowed you the right to get a channel, get it monetized, and make monetary gain off the content that you are willing to provide. Okay? Let's just be totally honest here. So I get tired of people because Anton don't call out white people enough for you. Like, that, do that really make him a coon? That don't make no Anton Daniels no coon. Shit, hell, if you really want to get technical, Tommy Sotomayor is the biggest coon. And the only way he talks about white folks is if they disrespect them. Otherwise, if a white person ain't disrespect Tommy, Tommy is going to be, oh, white folks this, white folks that. Like, man, get the fuck out of here with all that bullshit. But anyway, let me save some of this energy for later on, y'all. Let me get back. I just had to come tap in with y'all to talk a little briefly about the situation. And I didn't put their names in this vertical live on purpose because I'm going to wait and I'm going to save all that for when I go live off of StreamYards at 5 o'clock. So, hope to see y'all there so y'all can see my reaction. Salute to the chat, and I'll see y'all later.